more than 5 decades, no human has truly left Earth behind, not reached the moon, not even come close. Not because it was impossible, but because there was no reason anymore.
Now there is one again. 4 people climb into a capsule barely bigger than a family car and aim it at the moon. The astronauts are pressed into their seats, 4 Gs. Their bodies suddenly feel twice as heavy. Breathing turns into work. And at a certain moment, there is no way back. Since 1972, no one has left Earth's immediate neighborhood. In that time, an entire generation grew up, and many of them now have families of their own. Now, Artemis II begins. The mission lasts about 10 days. On board, Reid Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Koch, Jeremy Hansen. One of them will fly farther than any woman before. Another will set a historic milestone. And one will represent another country on this path for the first time. This isn't a routine assignment, it's a transition. The moon isn't a symbol anymore, it's a test range. This is where it's decided whether longer missions are possible, whether we can go farther out, whether the next step toward Mars is even realistic. And at the same time, it's about influence. Because whoever stays present out there gets a say in what the future in space will look like. About a week before launch, the crew disappears from the public. Isolation. No direct contact anymore. Family only at a distance. Not out of caution, out of necessity. Even a mild infection could end the mission. Several times a day, every vital sign is checked. Every parameter matters. In parallel, every detail is prepared. The suits are fitted, tested, pressurized. Every connection is inspected. In vacuum, a minimal mistake is enough. The procedures are locked in as well. Every step is rehearsed, every movement planned. Not because you want control, but because there is no second chance. Kennedy Space Center.
Good afternoon from the Space Coast of Florida, where 4 astronauts are about to suit up for NASA's boldest test flight in a generation.
The Orion capsule sits on top of a rocket larger than anything NASA has ever built, the Space Launch System. Almost 100 meters tall, millions of pounds of thrust. Then the countdown begins. Ignition. First the main engines, then the boosters. Within seconds, the rocket reaches full power. It lifts off. The structure starts to vibrate, a deep, continuous shaking. During ascent, about 3 Gs hit the crew. Their bodies suddenly feel 3 times heavier. Breathing takes effort. Moving is barely possible. The first minutes are loud, unstable, raw. After around 2 minutes, the boosters separate. Then a sudden jolt. The boosters peel away, and everything changes. After about 8 minutes, the thrust ends. Acceleration drops away. Silence. For the first time since launch, weightlessness sets in. Objects begin to float. Movements become light. Below them, Earth slides past. No borders, no structure. Just a thin atmosphere protecting all life. But they're not staying. Orbit is only an in-between state. Now the decision is made whether the mission continues. Systems are checked. Navigation, power, communications. Everything must work exactly right. Because what happens next cannot be undone. The decisive maneuver begins. One final push. Speed climbs higher, fast enough to break Earth's grip. The trajectory changes from circling to leaving, from an orbit to a path outward. And this is the moment that matters. They leave orbit and start to move away from Earth. From here on, there is no direct way back. No station, no short notice rescue, no quick correction, only a calculated route. If something goes wrong, there is only one option left: a path around the moon that brings them home. Like Apollo 13, that isn't a backup plan. That is everything. From here on, they are alone. 4 people, 384,000 kilometers away. Inside a space no bigger than a car, completely dependent on technology, and every decision carries weight. Because what begins now is the real test. In Part 2, what deep space does to a crew, and why the return to Earth is the real test.